And this week's episode of the Ask the Bic podcast, we're going to be answering the question, where can I find real estate investment deals? Stay tuned.
You're listening to the Ask the Bic podcast, where you'll hear answers to the most frequently asked questions from North Carolina real estate brokers. Submit your questions via email to askthebic@gmail.com. That's askthebic@gmail.com.
Well, what's up, everybody? Thanks for joining in on this next week's episode of the Ask the Bic podcast. My name is Russ Lockamy, and I've been a broker in charge in the Raleigh, North Carolina area for about 11 years. 13 years now. And this question comes in. It's I'd like to start investing in real estate, but I'm wondering, where can I find deals? Well, this is a great question, and I'm super excited that you are a real estate broker looking at investing in real estate. I think that is a wonderful thing. I think there's nothing like the profession of being a real estate broker for giving you unlimited income potential. But until you start building those assets and investing, you still are trying to trade your time and efforts for a commission. So it's not passive income like you can get whether investing in real estate. So I applaud you for working towards that. But where can you find those deals? So there's a lot of different places, and it kind of depends. Of course, you can look on the MLS, but typically that's not going to be the best place to find deals. You can find deals there. You can negotiate prices down to a certain point. And what I like to do is I like to figure out what my criteria is. And with investments, we sometimes call that a buy box. So, how old of a home am I okay with? How big of a home? How big of a lot do I want? What's the, square footage and number of bedrooms and area that I'm looking at? And I put a search together. And then what I kind of look for is the homes that have been sitting on the market a while. And, just make an offer, run your numbers. Figure out what you could potentially fix it up and resell it for if it's distressed, or if you're looking for a rental, which is the great way to kind of get passive income. Figure out what it would rent for. Does it cash flow? All those things are kind of more in-depth answers to just your question of how to find deals. So if you're looking at the MLS, you can find deals there. Set up your search. Look for homes that have been on the market a while. Maybe haven't had a price reduction, so maybe people are overlooking it because it's still overpriced, but maybe they would take a lower price if somebody came in and made an offer. So that's one place. And then there's really three kind of areas that I feel like, and the first one is kind of a DIY, a do-it-yourself method, and that's you're putting in the work to find deals, right? One of the best places that I like is going to RPR. It's already a resource that you pay for and that you have. If you are a realtor, you go to NARRPR. I believe it's .com, but don't hold me to it. But if you just Google it, it'll take you right there. And it's a search database that pulls from the MLS, pulls from the public records, everything. So it's a huge database. And what you can do is you can get pretty granular on your search, just like with the MLS. And it's going to pull not just homes that are on the market, but what we're looking for when we go to RPR for investment properties are off-market potential properties. So you can get a search in there for what your buy box is and search for off-market properties. And you can search for things like absentee owners, so people that their mailing address is not the physical address of the property. Potentially they've inherited it or something like that. So it could be a rental, could be a number of things. So those would be great people to put on a mailing list and mail to about you're looking for an investment property if they are willing to sell. That's also a great opportunity for you to farm for listings as well. So you kind of would be killing two birds with one stone that way. Another thing that you could do yourself is research foreclosures. So when foreclosures are sold in North Carolina, they're sold at the county courthouse steps. So a foreclosure go through the process and everything, and then they will auction it off to the highest bidder at the county courthouse steps. The winner of the bidding doesn't get the home right away, though. There is a 10-day upset bid period, and each county handles their 10-day upset bid period list differently. But some counties have an actual list you can go in there and grab or take a picture of, or write down the list and research those properties. Sometimes you can get those at a discount. Other places that you can find these foreclosures that might not be as much legwork is going to websites like auction.com, as well as XOME. It's like home but with an X.com as well. Many of those foreclosures that go to the county courthouse steps will go through those websites as well first, so you can check those out. So those are the do-it-yourself methods, but if you are looking for something that's a little less time consuming, you can go towards some methods that are more done for you, and somebody's already done all that research and bringing you those deals, or maybe it's already gone through the foreclosure process and just hasn't quite listed on the MLS yet. You can go to websites like Transin, Investor Lift, HUD Home Store, and HomePath for Fannie and Freddie Mac foreclosures and HUD foreclosures, and those will have some properties that either another wholesaler or investor has already done the legwork, found a seller who is willing to sell as is at a discount, or another way to find foreclosures that have already gone through that courthouse process. So that's more of the done for you. Another method is building relationships with other investors or other people who are in this world, and through investor groups. A great one in our area of where I'm based out of in Raleigh is the Triangle Real Estate Investors Association, or TRIA for short. They have like weekly or monthly meetups that you can go to. You can network with other investors, and just like kind of going to those websites, you can kind of deal make with those other people that are in those groups, and you can build relationships with even other brokers. Even though you're a broker doesn't mean you can have a broker, right? So there's real estate brokers that specialize in investment properties, and there's even a group called New Western, and that is all they do is investment properties and basically wholesale or put deals together and resell those to other investors. So I hope this answers your question. I hope this kind of kickstarts and gives you some ideas of where you can find investment properties. As always, life is short, so take action, but don't take it too seriously. My name is Russ Lockamy, the Ask the Bic podcast. Thanks.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of the Ask the Bic podcast. To have your question answered on a future episode, email us at askthebic@gmail.com. That's askthebic@gmail.com.